Six-Pack Surfer here. I just want to make a quick video about how I snap the nose clean off my surfboard. It's just going to be a quick, informative video. That way none of you surfers, especially young surfers, make the same drastic, tragic mistake that I did. So, my rusty 1984 was my favorite surfboard. It's my all-rounder. I use it all the time. I have the most fun on it, on the most variety of waves. And one day I was on a really wicked cool wave and I was trying to milk the most out of it and have the most fun as possible that I could squeeze out of it. And I went ahead and accidentally rode the thing way up high onto the beach. And it was pretty shallow, had a nice little wipeout. And when I got out of the water and hopped back on my board to paddle back out, to my absolute horror, I had completely creased and cracked the nose. Clean right across the board. There was a big crease and a big nice crack, a little bit of foam exposed and all that. And I was just mortified. So I finished my session, got it home, and I just filled the crease, filled the crack with resin and tried to smooth it out, do a little job on it, sloppy little job, sandpapered it down, and I figured it was fixed, good to go, and I could keep riding on it, and I did, but there was still a big ugly gash and a big ugly crease, so I was a little bummed about that, but I figured, hey, I can keep riding the board until we see how long it lasts. I just kind of wanted to keep the water from getting in the board. So I did that, and little did I know, I had actually snapped the stringer, was what somebody else informed me when they look at it. They said I snapped the stringer, so I was like, okay. So I kept riding it, and I think I got maybe one season more out of it. And then this season, when I first started, I paddled out, caught a wave, and popped back out of the water to paddle out. And this time, it had snapped clean off, and it was just hanging. It was just hanging by, I guess, the outer portion. Is that the fiberglass? It was just hanging off by it. And so I actually just tore the nose off and kept riding it just like this. Tried to catch a couple waves. And I'll be honest with you, it just kind of was not working after that. So at that point, yeah, it was completely snapped. The nose was off and the board was done. Toast, finished. Well, at least for me, because I don't know how to do a repair like that. The good news is I have a brand new custom 1984 on the way with an insane custom paint job. So I'm going to be doing a review on that and showing off the work on that. So that's the good news. But at the end of the day, the moral of the story is, especially for the younger surfers, look, if you're like me, I get a little bit of overzealous sometimes. I get a little bit too excited. I try to milk the most fun out of the wave and out of the session as possible. But do not ride your board high up onto the beach where it gets shallow, where it gets to the sand, because if the board goes in and hits that sand on the bottom, you could crease it, you could crack it, you could snap it just like I did. So I hope you take my word for it, take my advice for it. That's the story of how I snapped my very first surfboard, and hopefully I can save a board and rescue someone's day from going home with a board snapped in half or creased or otherwise broken. I hope you enjoyed my video. Hey, it's all good. I'm going to show you that new custom 84. This one, we're going to find a better home for it, a good, better use for it. But until next time, Six-Pack Surfer, out.